Welcome back to the Aging with Options show. I'm Chris McCutcheon. I'm pleased to be joined with Bernie and Rhoda Fowler with Kentucky Elder Law. Bernie and Rhoda are attorneys who have dedicated their law practice to working only with seniors and their family members. Bernie and Rhoda are also noted authors as well. Bernie, you co-authored the Kentucky Practice Series, Elder Law in Kentucky. Is that right? Did I get that right? Okay. Today, Rhoda and Bernie, you guys also wrote a book together. Is that right? Moving the Nest?
Yes, we did. About our adventures of picking Louisville from every place in the country when we were moving from the New York metropolitan area.
Fantastic. Want to certainly make mention of all your many talents, as in addition to giving us great legal advice, which you've done today. For our last segment, Bernie, let's turn to the subject of marriage with seniors, and what are some of the things that seniors should consider before marrying later in life?
Well, I'll just touch on it today. But there is no subject that gets the children more excited than to hear that 80-year-old mom or dad is thinking of getting married. Boy, they're ricocheting off the walls. They're worrying that their inheritance is going to vanish. And their concern is not necessarily unfounded. Now, legally, you have no right to an inheritance, but you're expecting that things will pass to the next generation, and here comes this interloper looking to steal all her mom or dad's money. If it were that simple, they could get a prenuptial agreement and protect assets. But there are other issues that they never thought about, and we do counsel the older folks, and we don't tell them to get married, not to get married, but we explain the issues, and I'll just explain one very briefly. If either one goes in a nursing home, their assets are pooled. So they're only allowed to keep a very limited amount. So if one comes in with a lot of money and the other doesn't, and they get married on Monday, and on Tuesday one of them goes in a nursing home, all of that pooled money is at risk and may be lost and very likely will be lost. And they never thought of this before they got married. So we sit down and we go over all of the different elements, and sometimes we have the children present. Sometimes we don't. That's up to the folks. But we just explain it, and then we explain what the options are.
Wow, much more to be said on that subject. As you mentioned, one that gets a lot of families, I'm
gets
sure,
them
up in
all
arms.
Excited.
My goodness, unfortunately, we're close to being out of time, so we could devote a lot more time to that subject, I'm sure, on another segment. But as we wrap up here again, once again, thank you so much, Bernie and Rhoda, for joining us. Always lots of great information, and the time always seems to go by way too quickly. But thank you so much for what you guys do for seniors in our community, and always being such an available resource, which I appreciate very much.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you for having
us.
Thank you. Thanks also to our sponsor, BrightStar Care, providing in-home care for families from infants to seniors. BrightStar Care is available 24 hours a day. BrightStar, making more possible. They can be reached at 893-4700.
And our number is 581-1111.
Say that again.
581-1111, and unlike almost all other lawyers, we don't charge for telephone calls.
That's right, and your first visit is
free.
Absolutely free. All right, very well. Make sure to tune again next Saturday at 4 p.m. where we'll have more interesting and timely, relevant content for seniors and their families in the Louisville area. Thanks again, Bernie and Rhoda, for joining us. We'll see you again next week. Take care, everybody.